Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humanoids of all descriptions, welcome to the channel. I'm Cap, this is my place. So today's the day. We're ready to have our first range session. You got your range bag put together. Final reminder, on the range, eyes and ears at all times, no horseplay. We're combining a firearm with live ammunition. All ammunition, and I have to choose my words properly because this is YouTube, all ammunition will create a terminal effect if it hits something in the right place. So, act deliberately. Think twice, act once. You're not in a hurry, and absolutely no showing off for anyone under any circumstances. Let's head out to the range in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so here we are out in the North 40 for our first range session. As a reminder, we're about to fire live ammunition. So, finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. If you have a manual safety, leave it engaged until you're ready to shoot. Know your target and know what's beyond it. So, beyond my target, 90 degrees to either side, we are a minimum of 375 yards, not feet, from any structure. And to my rear, we are beyond double that. So, we are going to shoot from 1.5 yards, 3, 7, and 15. So, let me shut the camera off, get you guys moved, and we'll get started with our first drill at the 1.5 yard line. So, here I am at the 1.5 yard line. Firstly, why 1.5 yards? The fact is that most assaults take place from 1.5 yards in to body contact distance. However, if we shoot a paper target inside this distance, we're going to blow it apart with our muzzle blast. And it doesn't matter if it's 380, 9mm, 40, 10, or 45 ACP, you're going to blow apart a paper target. So, I went over targets in a previous video. Our goal is the 10 ring. Inside the 10 ring is an X, which is part of the 10 ring. You get points for the X. So X, 10, 10, 9, 8, and 7 are your scoring rings. So, my handgun is clear. The way this is going to look is I'm going to move my support hand. This is close quarters. I'm going to move my support hand to about my solar plexus, which is right here, while I simultaneously sweep my garment aside. I'm going to grip, draw. I'm going to turn the muzzle 90 degrees towards the target. Because my pistol has a manual safety, I'm going to disengage that, and I'm going to discharge a shot into the target. Then the pistol is going to fire. I'm going to re-engage my safety, and I'm going to holster. So we're going to shoot 1 shot, 2 shots, and 3 shots. Again, don't be in a hurry. You're at the bottom of your learning curve. It's not appropriate to hurry or to show off. Do this safely and deliberately. So I'm going to get a magazine out. I'm going to load. Engage my safety. You notice my finger stays away from the trigger and the trigger guard. So, this is how this should look. I've got the 9 ring. Now we're going to fire 2 shots. Safety is engaged. Finger away from the trigger and the trigger guard. Holstered. Safety engaged. Now we'll move back to the 3-yard line. Hey everyone, I want you to stick around to the end of the video. You're going to notice that this is not the pistol we started the video with. My green Springfield Armory M1911 has suffered a parts issue. It's nearly 20 years old. I want to show you what took place, but it's very important. If you see that you've got a mechanical defect in your firearm, you stop shooting it immediately. So let's get back to the video. Stick around to the end. I'll show you what took place. So at 3 yards, we're not going to shoot two-handed. We're going to draw, rotate the muzzle 90 degrees towards the target. We're going to acquire with our support hand. We're going to press straight out into the target. We're going to focus our eye on the front sight, not on the target. This is especially difficult close up. People always want to look at the target instead of focusing on their sights. If you focus your eye on the target, you're going to shoot low because you're looking over your sights. So, let's take a look. Safety's engaged. Fingers, again, away from the trigger guard. So, we're going to set up our stance. I don't care what stance you're in, just have one. If you're standing, you've got a stance. You're going to turn up, press straight out, focus your eye, fire 3. Go ahead and take your time. Finger off the trigger. If you have a manual safety, re-engage it. Holster. We're going to do it one more time. Safety back on, down into the back into your holster. Your weapon's secure with the safety on. Let's move back a couple yards. So here we are at 7 yards. This is where I'm going to have you go and change magazines for the first time. I have a 1911, so I have 7 rounds. I'm going to fire 3. I'm going to have 4 left. I'm going to fire 3 more. I'm going to go to fire that next 3-shot group. I'm going to fire 1. The slide's going to lock to the rear. I'm going to drop that magazine and acquire my next full one from my magazine carriers. And this is how that's going to look. if you're on a range that's under command of a range officer and you're taking instruction, at some point he's going to look around, he's going to see that everybody has holstered their weapon. At that point, you're going to be told to go ahead and recover your empty magazine. Don't go bending down until you have that command. If you're under command of a range officer, someone may still be shooting, and that could put your head in front of somebody else's magazine, or as you were in front of somebody else's muzzle. All right, that was less than fantastic. If you were paying attention in the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Hearing protection back in after that long walk. So, shooting one-handed and transferring your firearm from your strong hand to your support hand to shoot one-handed with support hand. Again, we got that. Firearms loaded, safety's on. So, two hands in motion at the same time. You're going to come up, support hand at the solar plexus, draw finger away from the trigger and trigger guard. We're going to point, we're going to let the gun turn a bit, about 15 degrees tilted over. It's a better position for your shoulder. Safety off, firing, safety back on. Again, the motion is going to come out and let the hand tilt over about 15 degrees. Magazine number 6, huh? Let's see how that goes. We may have to discard a magazine. But again, magazine is a wear item. That's okay. They're not expensive. This time, we're going to draw. We're going to transfer to our support hand. We're going to cant the hand over a little bit, and we're going to fire support hand only. So, hand at the solar plexus, draw stroke, trigger finger away from the trigger and a trigger guard. Come up, transfer. Now this hand up against the chest, safety off. Safety back on. Safety off. Empty magazine. We're going to switch as you reach, both hands doing stuff at the same time. Safety back on. The range is clear. I'm going to recover my 2 empty magazines. We're going to go inside and I'm going to clear this, and we're going to take a look at the other pistol that's now broken. So, hey everyone, welcome back inside. We're in the gun room now, and we're going to take a look at this 1911 that we started the video with. I'm going to put the microphone over here. So, first of all, we are clear. So, this is a little difficult to show you here, but this here is the frame safety. And what's happened on this nearly 20-year-old gun is this frame safety has begun to walk its way out. When that happens, it doesn't disengage even though you press down on the lever. So with the hammer cocked, the safety in the on position, when it's up, obviously it locks the trigger. You push it down, it's disengaged. But if I can make this happen, and now it probably won't do it. Let's see here. Yep, there it goes. So it won't disengage properly because it's just a couple of, maybe a hundredth or two out of place, it won't disengage. But if I press it back up, squeeze it in, you hear that click, now it'll disengage and it'll fire. So for the better part of 20 years, this was not only my carry gun, but my only handgun. So it's seen a lot of use. It's on its second recoil spring, which I was able to change myself. It's on its second ejector, which I was able to change myself. This issue is beyond the scope of my training, knowledge, and the tools I've got. So it's going to require the attention of a professional. I know when to stow my ego and have somebody else do it. You should too. So if you've stuck around this far, you like anything you've seen, if you find it useful, please remember to do me a solid, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a professionally worded comment down in the comment section, and we'll see you next time we make a video.